Welcome to Bed Crime Stories podcast. I'm your host, T. If you like all things true crime, if you like it delivered in a peaceful, tranquil manner, if you like it clear and concise without drama, then I highly recommend you subscribe. And if you like what you hear, please smash the like button. It's a free way you can help. And now, without further ado, let's dig in. The two men who Jay Slater stayed with before he died have finally spoken on camera. Convicted drug dealer Ayub Kasim, who is nicknamed Johnny Vegas, and his buddy Rocky, who before this had not shown his face, appeared on Kasim's Instagram. You may recall that Jay accompanied these two men to a remote village called Mosca, where he spent a few hours in their Airbnb, the one with the green door. So these two dudes would have been among the last people to speak with Jay and see Jay alive. Kasim told his Instagram followers, quote, "If I'm guilty, then arrest me then. What are you on about? When you're telling the truth, you don't slip up," end quote.
Guilty, then arrest me then. Do you know what I mean? Like, what are you on about? It was lit that night. I got drunk. I was sleeping in the car. It was lit.
So during this live last night, Johnny Vegas and Rocky answered questions from Johnny Vegas's followers. People were able to pose questions to them about details in the case, such as the missing Rolex, Jay being afraid, and claims that Jay was carrying two sharp-edged objects, if you know what I mean. When asked about taking Jay back to the Airbnb, Kasim said, "Took him home? No one took no one, bro. He invited himself. Think, bro. Use your head. How am I feeling after this? It's mental, mate. It's actually mad. Do you know what I'm saying? It's actually mental, man." I'm going to call him Johnny Vegas because it's easier than his other name. When he was asked, "Did you punch him?" he replied, "No, of course not. Mate, what do you reckon happened to him? He had a tragic accident. You know what it's like, taking it out that way. The kid didn't have his funeral. Have a bit of respect." When asked about the stolen Rolex, Johnny Vegas answered, "No one took my watch, bro. Why the F would I invite someone who took my watch back to mine so they can sleep on the sofa? What are you about? Bro, don't you help people? Do you know what I'm saying?" Then Johnny Vegas was asked if he knew Jay's pals, Lucy May Law and Brad Hargreaves, and Johnny Vegas replied he knew the group from Lancashire before arriving in Spain. Vegas said, quote, "Yeah, of course, I did. How else would I be around like? We were doing our own things. We weren't out together, 'cause I don't listen to that music. It's not my thing," end quote. I wish somebody would have asked Johnny Vegas in that moment, then why were you at this NRG music festival if it's not your type of thing? And you're saying you're no longer a drug dealer. You just kicking it for the weekend at a remote Airbnb on Tenerife? What were you doing in the vicinity of where Jay was listening to this music if you don't like the music and you weren't there for the music? Make it make sense, mate. When asked how Jay was feeling when he left the Airbnb, Johnny Vegas responded, "I don't know why he was scared, and he ain't here to answer that question. I don't want to say. People could be going through something in their own heads. Who knows? Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I offered him a lift back, but obviously when I wake up, because you've got to remember, we came back at 6:30, 6:40 in the morning and I only slept for an hour before I had to move my car. Bro, I'm not driving another half an hour and all of this one way away, bro. I was in a Cupra estate, zooming the road like it's not an hour away. It's half an hour." When asked about his previous conviction for drug dealing, Johnny Vegas said, "And everyone's calling me a dealer. I was 19. I'm 30 now. Everyone asking why was he scared, bro? I don't know why he was scared, bro. Stop asking me. You're asking the wrong guy. I've got videos on my phone where me and him are videoing Rocky in the car, where Rocky's sleeping on the front. We're just laughing at him, you know what I'm saying? He was calm. It was a vibe, like we were just bossing jokes. All of this scared and all of that is like, what you on about scared? I don't know whose watch went missing. You know, furthermore, what watch is it? Question for you guys, because you're all talking about this watch. What color is it? What type is it? You tell me. I don't know, guys. What do you think? Do you believe Rocky and Johnny Vegas? Do they seem solemn enough in this Instagram chat? They seem to be laughing quite a bit. They tell other people to have some respect, but doesn't seem like they're showing much respect. Now check out some brand new footage of Jay Slater at the Papagayo nightclub. You can clearly see him without his shirt on at one point, and in one brief image, you can see Jay looking very out of it, like exhausted, like perhaps he was on something, and he probably should have gone home at this point. By the way, I forgot to mention, it sounds like the would-be sleuth, true crime reporter, I think his name is Mark Williams Thomas. Remember, he said he had reason to believe that Jay was scared when he left the Airbnb. Now I think the reason that this guy said that is because he found out that Jay had those two sharp-edged objects on him. YouTube doesn't like that word, that's why I'm using this weird vernacular. That might be why that reporter turned sleuth said that. Maybe that's the only reason he has for claiming that he had reason to believe Jay was afraid that morning.